So, I wanted to sit down and tell you a little bit about myself and go over what plans I have for this year. And I have to start with 3 years ago. 3 to 4 years ago, I started wanting to get into art and take my art seriously. And things were going really well. I started tabling at events, doing commissions, and making enough work that I decided to take that next step and start tabling at big conventions. My tabling applications were accepted and I was all good to go. Except it was the end of 2019, and I was but a sweet summer child, not knowing that our lives would completely change. What came next was 2 years of neglect, depression, and keeping liquor stores in business. It was hard for all of us, and I can't say what it was exactly, but I had this idea in my head to make this video about Samurai Champloo for years, and I decided to finally do that. I'd always thought of posting on YouTube, but I've always struggled with my thoughts of who the fuck wants to listen to me talk and who gives a shit. And ultimately, the answer is who gives a shit. Not only is that true in every risk you want to take with getting into a new hobby, but it's the spirit of the video I wanted to make. When I finished making that first video, I felt so much joy and relief that I actually began to cry as I finished editing the video, because just doing something, making something that has been on your head for years, and actually creating that, there was nothing like it. If not for anyone but yourself, just to see that you could do something like that, even if it wasn't perfect. This channel is just something fun for me to do. I'm not too heavily invested in the trajectory of it, but every time I've made a video, just completing it gives me an immense amount of joy and satisfaction, and I want to keep doing that. In the meantime, I've been kind of held back by getting wrapped up in Persona 5 for the first time, which I have many thoughts on, and I can do a video on that if you'd like, but I've also been making stuff to add to my portfolio for storyboard jobs that I'm looking for, and then training for a hike that I'll be doing very soon. But even though that's been having most of my attention, I don't want it to take my attention away from this. I have so much fun making videos and learning how to edit them. Obviously, they aren't the best, but learning how to edit and learning to be better at it is the fun part. I'm not even really sure of what I want on this channel, or if I only want to talk about one thing. But I think if you see me talk about things that I'm really passionate about, or things that I just want to gush over, like the Pokemon video or the Samurai Champloo video, I'll have that under a playlist or a title like Willow Talk. You know, a little bit of pillow talk, a little something personal. And if there's something I'm reacting to or something that you want to see me talk about, I'll list those something as Bogwater. I'm from Florida, we're sticking with the swamp theme, and I don't want to stick to just one kind of video. I like going on tangents about shit that I love, but I also don't like being serious all the time. I've got a couple of ideas lined up, but I'd love to hear any recommendations you guys have. So my goal right now is just to post at least one video a month, and I'd like to make more as soon as I figure out a good flow and what works for me. But for sure, I'd like the minimum to be just one, so I can keep it consistent and keep doing what makes me happy consistent. And in the spirit of doing things that make you happy, I want to talk to you guys about Smiling Friends. This show's release and success has been extremely cathartic for me. Both creators are people I had been watching on Newgrounds or YouTube since 2009, and I always felt so alone watching Zach or Mark's videos. The internet wasn't like it is now. It was very hard to find a community or even fans of someone unless you were really sweaty and knew where to go. So when I showed people this stuff, they'd look at me weird or ask me some shit like, "Are you high when you watch these?" And when I started watching Mike Cusack's videos, I would constantly be showing them to my friends, and I was known for watching weird fucking videos. But they aren't weird. These things were always funny. Anytime I was hanging out with my friends and I wanted to put a video on, they'd say some shit like, "Are you going to put one of those videos on again?" And of course I would, but those meant weird. Those meant insane animations. But slowly that turned into, "Oh, can you put Damo and Darren on again?" Or I saw an Adult Swim bite with sick animation. Dude, the Damo and Darren guy just did a short for Rick and Morty. I loved it. I find it fucked that only when something is on TV does it suddenly become valid, but I am happy nonetheless. Happy that after thinking I'd have to ask my friends if they want to see another episode of Smiling Friends, they're asking me if I can put an episode on. This show has appearances from people like Finn Wolfhard, Mike Siglasa, Harry Partridge, David Firth, and a few others I'd rather not spoil for you. It's just one of those things where you can't help but feel proud of the creators and the people who worked on this, because so many people like myself have seen these people go from just making things for fun to having their own show. It's really inspiring, and I hope people see this show and watch their older work to see where they came from. So do yourself a favor, go on HBO Max and watch this show. Watch it with a friend. Get them into it. This show is quintessential Adult Swim. When you think back on shows like of Adult Swim like Squidbillies, Aqua Teen, Metalocalypse, this is going to be one of those shows. There has been so much passion and hard work put into this. And when you're done, check out this amazing interview that they did with the Create Unknown, which I'll link below. When I say what I'm about to say, I am in no way shitting on the art of any of these shows, but in a world where there are so many companies trying to make clones of so many of the same art styles in adult animation, like Family Guy, Bob's Burgers, or Rick and Morty, watch the one that stands out. Watch the one that's going to make you smile. And if you stuck around to the end, thank you. I look forward to making more videos for you all. See you soon.
Now I'll show you how my voice would have made an unbelievable thing good. Oh, okay, Joy.